Good evening, everyone. I'm just going to wait a couple seconds here for people to log in, connect to the stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I titled the stream, God Will Make Your Gift Known. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm sure people will start jumping in later, but listen, I just want to get started. This has been on my heart all day. I went to the gym, and coming home from the gym, the thought of words people speak over you came over me. And so again, let me introduce myself before I get started. My name is Rodney Berger. I am here in Atlanta, Georgia. I am the CIO, which means consistently inspiring others. And my desire is to inspire you, especially with this live stream. So if somebody could please let me know, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Can somebody put in the chat, yes, you can hear me? Okay, well, obviously you are hearing me because nobody's saying they can't hear me. So, all right. So again, I'm Rodney Berger, the CIO. I am consistently inspiring others, and it is my desire to inspire you. So as I was saying before I did my little intro, I was at the gym, headed home, and when I was on my way home, these thoughts came over my mind, and it led me to do this live stream. So I know I don't do them that often, but I know when I need to, when I feel this inspiration, I feel that God is putting on my heart to share this live stream, that God will make your gift known, or He's going to use your gift to touch lives that you don't even realize. So I want to incorporate my story into that. And so I want you to hang on with me here for a few minutes. My goal is not to be long. It's stay to the point. I know I can get winded sometimes, but I'm going to stay on the point. So how does God take your gifts and make them known? Well, let me tell you this. I'm going to go back to 2012. On 2012 in September, on a Tuesday morning, I was driving to work. I had a commute from Queens to Long Island. I lived on exit 19, and the exit to my work was exit 49. Now, in between was a lot of traffic, especially on the LIE in Long Island. But anyway, I was praying for a graceful way to leave the job. It wasn't a terrible job. It was a blessed job. I had the best group of people you could work with, and they are family, even still to this day. I miss the IT group that I was a part of. The family was an amazing group of people. We worked very well together. We had our days, but we worked very well together. But the thing is, it wasn't my passion. And I want to be positive because it wasn't a bad job. It was a great job. All right. It was a job that most people would die for, or I hate to use that word die for, but you know what I mean. It's a job that people would want. So anyway, on a Tuesday, I was praying because I was tired. I was tired of the commute. I wanted something different from my life. I wanted to follow something that I could believe in. It was always my prayer to do a business or to do something that I could believe in, that would help me and my family. But I didn't know what that was yet. But I did enjoy making my gift known. Like I always enjoy playing with websites and doing some, I'm not an expert at graphic art and stuff like that, but I can play around with Photoshop and do my best to do what I can do, if you know what I mean. But I still like being able to show my gift that'll help other people. So anyway, so that was my desire, and I wasn't sure how that was going to work out for me. But anyway, that was on a Tuesday. I was driving. I was praying for a graceful way to leave the job. On Thursday, now mind you, our IT department, we always knew ahead of time about meetings and what they were about so that we could prepare for them, because a lot of times they needed our help to set up the conferencing, the video conferencing and all that. But this particular meeting, nobody knew what it was. Nobody. So on Thursday morning, 2 days later, after I prayed that graceful way to leave the job prayer, they announced an early retirement package. And I was like, oh my God, that's for me. It was a no-brainer, okay? I knew that was for me. And they make fun of me, but I was the first one who signed up to take the early retirement. It was a nice package, and they said that they would never do it again that way. If they were to do layoff, we would not receive the type of benefits we were receiving and the money that we were getting back to take the early retirement. So I took it. And I took it where I would leave within the month. They had options to leave that month or after December. This was September. I opted to leave in October. So I left. And some things that I was praying that would work out for me after I took the retirement. And by the way, I'm still friends and close to some of the people that I work with in our group, even to this day. We still call each other and we talk and we have a great time just catching up. But just so you know, out of all those 9 of us in our group, we're down to 1 that's still there right now to this day. And but anyway, so I took the early retirement, and it was the weekend that Hurricane Sandy hit Long Island. And many of you know how that was. That was pretty devastating on the shorelines and everything. But we were stuck on the island. I said, man, I got to get off this island. I don't like the feeling of I can't leave when I feel like it. And we couldn't even get gas. That's how crazy it was. But that was my first weekend of early retirement, is being stuck at home, can't go anywhere. And I didn't even think to fill up the gas tank when I knew the storm was coming. So we had no gas in our cars, so we couldn't go anywhere. But anyway, so some of the things that we were planning to do panned out and didn't happen. They just fell through. So I'm thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with my life? It's like, I don't want another IT job. Not that I didn't like it. It wasn't my passion. I wanted something I could enjoy, that I could believe in, that I could put my all and all into. You know what I mean? How many of you know what I'm talking about? Can you give your all and all to your job? I mean, you should, but do you do it with a full passion? And many of you will say yes, and that's great. But a lot of people don't say yes. They're just at the job just so they can make a living. That's not what God called us to be. He called us to be our best in everything that we do. So anyway, I don't want to get off point. So anyway, in 2013, that was 2012. 2013 was a tough year. That was the year my mom was sick, and then she passed. My sister-in-law, her mom was sick in the beginning of 2013. She passed in May, and then in October of that same year, my mother passed. So it was a lot of just things going on back and forth. We were traveling a lot back and forth from New York to Maryland during that time, and it was tough. It was tough, but it was anything for my mom to be there. So, but anyway, I ended up being a caregiver for her for a couple of weeks in hospice care, and then in October 2013, she passed. But then I still don't know what I'm doing with my life. My wife was making good money, Cindy, with her interpreting job, so that was helping us cover. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing, you know. So I knew that all along, I knew that it's important to have gold, because I know a lot of countries at that time, even today, are hoarding gold, and the banks are hoarding gold. Now that should tell you something. You know, don't do what the banks say, do what they do, right? But at that time, I didn't know how to get gold. I knew it was important, but I couldn't afford it. At that time, it was like $1,200 an ounce. So I'm like, God, how am I supposed to do this? You know? But anyway, around those times, my pastor had spoken, Pastor Dollar has spoken. He said, get gold. That's all he said. You need to get gold. I'm like, okay, how? I like $1,200 an ounce. I didn't have $1,200. By the end of 2013, all the money from the early retirement was gone. And if I would have been smart back then, I would have canceled the health insurance and gotten Obamacare at the time and saved that extra money. It was costing us $2,000 a month. All my insurance went into that. All my money went into the insurance. It was crazy. But you know, you learn as you get older. You wish you would have known then what you know now. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I lost my point. Oh, so the money that we had was out. I had to borrow money from family. That's a tough thing. To humble yourself, you have to borrow money from your family. But anyway, so my mom passed, and then in early 2014, for a few months there, a man named Mr. Michael Dalco started posting about gold. And I was like, what's this? But mind you, I was at another company, and it was a network marketing MLM company. And we were spending, a lot of our money went to spending money on this juice you had to drink every month in order to make money. But most of the people who were showing this product to, they weren't interested in it. And basically what it was, there was a garment that you wear under your clothes, so you look like you lost 10 pounds. Why don't you just lose 10 pounds? You get it? Why wear a garment? I tried it, but the garment was not even comfortable. Your pants would constantly slip off. Your shirts would slip out. It was just weird. Anyway, we got out of that quick because we were losing money every month. It was costing us $125 mandatory in order to make money a month to do that. So that turned me off big time. So anyway, we quit that. And then I heard this gentleman, Mr. Michael Dalco. Now, mind you, we knew him because he used to be the praise and worship leader at our church when we first started going to World Changers in New York. And we would see him on the screen. And of course, we loved his raspy voice, and my family just loved him. And we loved how he sang. And anyway, so he started reaching out to me on Facebook. But I wasn't going to respond. And you may think I was rude. Well, I kind of was, because I wasn't interested in joining another company where you have to do things every month where it's required of you. And I hope you're hearing what I'm sharing with you right now, because many of you have heard this opportunity about Karatbars International, and you have a problem with it without even knowing what the problem is. I don't know what is your problem. My problem is I was afraid of what I went through before. And I wasted 6 months figuring that out. And then finally one day he posted, "It's free to join." I'm like, I can do that. So I registered for my free gold savings account. So I registered for my free gold savings account, and I was trying to find what was wrong with it. But guys, I couldn't find anything wrong. I looked. I thought I found one thing, but I realized, oh, that's nothing. Okay. I couldn't find anything wrong with Karatbars. And then I had a revelation. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is it. This is it. It's gold. God's money. I need some in my life, and I want to share them with other people. So I joined right away. I didn't start off with a package because I didn't have the money at the time to get a package. But I started sharing with people. Start building a team. Because I believe. See, that's the key thing in anything that you do. You gotta believe that you could do it. And I believe, and not only that I could do it, I believed in what we had. We had gold. And I'm the first, and my family, I know you might be watching me. Yes, I'm going to say this. I am the first in the Burger family to have gold. I don't know if my grandparents ever did. I don't know. I know I'm the first one now in this century to have gold in my family. And I tell you, I never could save money before. But now I have a gold savings account where I have more saved. I'm not going to tell you how much because it's not your business. But yeah, I have more now than I've ever had in my savings, and it's gold. And I have some on hand too. So I joined, and I started building a team. A couple months later, I was able to get a bronze package. Got that. And then in 2015, tax season, we all like to spend our tax money. And we like to spend our tax money. So I took advantage of our tax money and acquired 2 assets. I got 2 silver packages, one for me and one for Cindy. So I upgraded me to a silver and got her a silver. And we stuck around for that for a few years, okay? But I still kept growing the team. And I shared it with friends and family. And most of the people were saying, let me pray about it. Okay. I've been in this for 6 years and they're still praying about it. I'll leave that alone. Anyway, so I finally was able to, in 2017, I think it was, we were finally able to upgrade to the VIP. So I got the VIP, and they had the offer at the time where you get one free. And so we got one, got two, and then somebody blessed my daughter with the free side on, so she got a free VIP. So why am I saying all this? Well, in the midst of all this time, building a team, building a business, in 2014, in 2014, after the year that I joined Karatbars, we had a generic website Mr. Dalco had put together. And with that website, it was great. I actually helped him maintain it because what was happening was he was getting behind. He was starting to get really busy because he was already free by then. He became free in 103 days in Karatbars. He out-earned in Karatbars, he out-earned his job as a mortgage broker and a manager of 3 banks of Wells Fargo. So in 103 days, he was free. So he was already free then. He was really busy. So every time I would go on the website to check it, it wasn't up to date. So I said, hey, Mr. Dalco, can I help you with the website? So he gave me access, and I was able to help him keep it up to date. And so we kept it going. And then one day, everything shut down. I didn't realize it shut down yet until he called me. Now, mind you, it was raining that day. Mr. Dalco was moving somebody in his family. I forget who it was. And he had a whole bunch of stuff going on with his son who had gotten shot around that, about a month or so prior to that. He was fighting for his life. And all this stuff was going on. And then the owner of the company where we got our free website, they have a new CEO that particular day. And I guess they saw all the traffic that we were bringing in for free. They shut our account down. No heads up, no warning, no, hey, better save your stuff and back it up. Nothing. They totally shut us down. How many of you can say thank God for cache in your cache mode in your browser? Because that helped me get a lot of the content back. Because I couldn't remember everything that was on there. I knew the basics, but anyway. So Mr. Dalco calling, Rodney, I don't know what to do. I said, we got you back. So me and Mr. Roger Williams, he's an amazing, we call him my twin. We got together and we built the website. We built everything to what it is today. And we thought, you know what, we need to create some capture pages to help the team and to help fund the servers that we're using, because we ended up getting some servers on the hosting side. We don't just use the hosting plan. We actually have servers. So we needed something to help generate some income so we can take care of the servers and the Zoom platform. Just ways to bring some revenue in to help those things to maintain what we do every month. So we created a capture page. And that was a new thing for me, guys. And what was amazing about it, I realized my gifts were being used to help a lot of people. And today we have several thousand of those capture pages, and the website, we're constantly updating it. We're creating some improvements for a new back end altogether. But guys, I started to realize all those years in IT was preparing me for where I am today. You know, don't complain about doing stuff that you don't like to do right now. That might be training that you're going to need for something future that God has for you. Man, I hope that's ministering to somebody. I'm telling you. I look back and I'm not going to get emotional on this stream. I'm not in that posture to get emotional right now. But normally I would. But God is using the gift that He gave me to touch. Sorry about that. My stream got interrupted there. Is helping thousands and thousands of people around the world. Whew. Man. So in the midst of building websites for the team of Wealth Builders Worldwide, I'm building a business. And what was on my heart earlier about not only, see, I titled the stream this way for a reason, to get your attention. You know, God will make room for your gift, and it will be touching people's lives. It's going to reach people that you never dreamed that you're reached. Hold on, let me make sure I say this right. Your dream, hold on, I'm not saying it right. Your gift will go to places that you never thought they would go to. Okay? That's the point I'm trying to make. But, whew. So on my way home from the gym, the thought that came up to me was, you know, I'm getting my life back in order, my weight back in order. In 2014, we got evicted from our home in Queens. Just a lot of crazy stuff. We had legal stuff going on, court cases back and forth, trying to fight for our house. It was a townhome or a home, not a townhome, but a home that we were renting, a 2-bedroom, and we were fighting for several months with the landlord to try to keep it. And finally, we just got tired. You know, as you know, you can only fight for so long, and it just took a lot of energy and stress, and you're like, you know what, we gave up. We was like, this is it. I can't do this. So we accepted the eviction. So we got evicted, and we didn't know what we were going to do. So we did, at that time, with what money we had, we decided we were going to move into a motel room. So we moved upstate to Westchester County in a town called Ardsley, and we moved into a motel room. One room with 2 beds, okay? And I'm telling you this for a reason. You can do this business anywhere. Nothing can stop you from doing this business. There are people on Wealth Builders right now living out of their cars doing this business, and they're doing well. But now their lives are changing because they don't have to be in their car anymore. Well, guys, we lived in that motel room for 4.5 years. My office would be the bathroom. I would host the power call, and what I would do is I would take the card table. You know, remember this was my grandma's card table. We still have it. It's old. I mean, it's really old. Talk about an antique card table. Anyway, it had, you know how it had the folding legs? You know, you can put it in flat, you can lay it behind a wall or something, behind a table or whatever. But anyway, this opened up, and that was our dining room table in our room. See, we made it fun living in a motel room. We say, this is the bedroom, this is the kitchen, this is the dressing room. You know, we made fun while we were there, but it was still hard. I mean, especially for 2 teenagers living there with us. 4 of us in a room, guys, in 1 bathroom. Men, you have no idea. Whew. Anyway, so when I would do the power call, I would respect my family. Well, I felt bad for them because they couldn't make noise because it would distract me trying to focus on the phone, on the power call. So I would go in the bathroom. I would set up the card table in the tub, put my chair in there, and I would have my little office. Now I would say, all right, who has to go to the bathroom before I start this call? Because once I go, I can't stop, you know. So they would do their business, and then I would start the call. So we were in the motel, not hotel. It wasn't anything fancy. You know, we were on the outside. In the beginning, we were on the inside, but we had some issues with bed bugs. I don't know where they came from, but we got out of that room. They put us on the outside room, which was much better. Gave us a little bit more privacy because we were close to what we used to call Lover's Lane. Okay. I won't talk about that, but you get the point, right? Lover's Lane. Anyway, it was a 3-hour room. But thank God we were away from any of the drama that happened over there. But my point is, I built all those websites. That's when all that stuff happened. I built the website. I built the Wealth Builders Worldwide website, the capture pages. All that was done in that room, and I built the business in that room. And I hosted our power call in that room. Now, during the day, everybody was gone anyway. My daughters were in school, Cindy was working, and I was building the business. And at that time, I was still doing some freelance interpreting, so that was extra income that was coming in. But man, guys, it was tough living in that one room with four of us. And then my oldest went to college, and then there were three of us, but it was still hard, especially for a teenager, you know? Because in the eyes of the school, you know how they can judge you? Uh, the school thought we were homeless. Like, no, we're not homeless. I mean, my wife turned an electric skillet. You know what the electric skillets are, right? The frying pan. Well, we made that electric skillet do miracles. It cooked all kinds of meals. It baked all kinds of goods. That was before we got a little tabletop, countertop convection oven. Before we got that, we made miracles happen in that frying pan. And we finally got rid of it a month ago. It was like, it brought back too many memories. There was good memories with that, but that room, you know, it's not a place we ever want to go back to. But why am I sharing this? Because people judged us. People didn't join Care Bars because we were living in a motel room. There were some people, we wouldn't tell a lot of people because we figured it wasn't their business. Because, you know, we know who can, you know how people are. They judge you for where you are. But we were grateful that we had a roof over our head. Every day we were grateful that we had a roof over our head. So in the meantime, my gifts were being used. God was using me to be a blessing to Wealth Builders Worldwide and the family and the team that He blessed me with. I'm just excited about what's going on in our lives. But it was still tough. It was still a tough situation for the family. But people still judged us. They wouldn't even join Care Bars because I was living in a motel room. I'm like, that's stupid. But anyway. But with the thought that I had today on the way home from the gym, going back to the gym, was, you know how, you all know I'm overweight. Okay, that's no secret, right? Many of you know that I'm overweight, but I'm working on it, right? But you know, people always judge you for being overweight, or even people you thought were your close friends will tell you stuff. They say out of concern, but it's like, do you not think I know what I need to do? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sharing that just to get a tour. I'm sharing that for a point. I love me. So don't think I'm being hard on myself or making fun of myself. I'm not. I love Rodney Berger. I look in that mirror every day and I said, I love you. I have a list of affirmations that I do every day. That's one of them. I love you. I love me. So I'm working on it. I'm going to the gym. I'm having a great time. I'm losing some weight. Maybe not as fast as I want to, but that's all right. I'm feeling a whole heck of a lot better. Because being in that motel room, I had back issues. I hurt my back a year ago. That kind of like slowed me down for a whole year because the pain was incredible and I couldn't do as much. But I took advantage of the room and kept building the team, building the business. You know, I did the best that I could, but I could. But anyway, so during this whole time, we felt that God was leading us to move to Atlanta from New York. That was a big step. So we decided to go ahead and move to Atlanta. And God made provision left and right to make it possible for us. The business was doing great. Just provision just came from different ways of income. You know what I'm saying? The business and other ways. And during this time of this last year, Cindy's father passed away. And then her mom had to deal with some things with the death of a neighbor. All kinds of stuff was going on. And we decided, all right, we're moving. We're leaving New York August 2019. And so we made that decision and we moved to Atlanta. We drove down. We ended up borrowing a friend's car, bless his heart, because I had to get rid of my Jeep. Many of you guys remember the day I bought that Jeep brand new in 2003. That's the year my baby girl was born. 2002, excuse me. She was born in 2003. It was November of 2002. And many of you remember when I bought that car to work, I was excited. Brand new, the new car smell. Many of you remember that. I had that car for 16 years, guys. 16 years. She was falling apart on me, man. I had to get rid of her. So we had to get rid of her. You have no idea. We drove, it was starting to have overheating problems. So we drove her to the junkyard and I'm praying the whole time that it won't overheat. And I'm praying, traffic, get out of the way, get out of the way. So we finally get there, started to overheat as we got to the junkyard. But the whole way there, I was crying because that car we had memories together. There was a lot of times God spoke to me in that car on my commute to and from work in that Jeep. So that was the hardest thing, to get rid of that Jeep. But then we were like, how are we going to get to Atlanta? We don't have a vehicle. How am I going to tow a trailer? And we were trying to go through a process of leasing a car, but all that fell through. It's like, you know what? You know when it just doesn't feel right? You're like, no, I ain't doing this. So a really good friend of ours, he's also a business partner. He allowed us to borrow his truck, bless his heart, to come to Atlanta. And we brought it to Atlanta. In the meantime, mind you, also we lost everything that we owned in storage in 2017. It was starting to get expensive. We got behind on our storage payment, so we lost everything we ever owned. We had like brand new washers and dryers in there. We even had a brand new TV. We had all kinds of stuff, heirloom things from my mom when she passed, all the pictures, everything that meant something to us was gone. We got a few things. Thank God we were able to get like our wedding pictures back and a filing cabinet full of personal information. We got all that back, but everything else was gone. That was hard. That was really hard. Talking about, whew. Anyway, but we moved to Atlanta, guys. We had nothing but what was in that trailer from that room. And we get here and we were looking for a place to live. And a couple brought us in for a couple of weeks. Such a blessing to us. They're such a sweet couple that we had a place to stay while we were looking for a place to live. And so what we ended up doing is we looked at a house. The day that we got here, the day we arrived in Atlanta, we looked at a house, and the house was turned down because of our eviction in Queens. It's like, all right, that wasn't the right one. Even though we loved it, it was perfect for us. But anyway, so we went a couple of days trying to find something, trying to figure out where we're going to move to. And so anyway, somebody I just met in Wealth Builders, a business partner, just a few days in New York. Just before we left New York, there was a meeting when Mr. Dalco came up, and Kevin Thompson brought some of his team members. So I met this gentleman for the first time, and this gentleman called me, and he said, "How's it going, man?" I said, "Man, we just got turned down for a house, and we're still looking." And he goes, "Well, we just looked at one." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, but it was too small for us." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, the brand new 2-bedroom." I said, "Oh, wow. Okay." Because in my mind, I was kind of really looking for a 3-bedroom, but whatever will work for us is perfect, right? So I hung up and I said, "Cindy, yeah, they said they got a brand new 2-bedroom, and they said it was small." And she's like, "Small? It has to be bigger than what we had before." I said, "Okay." So I called him back. I said, "Listen, we're interested." So they had family. Anyway, so we ended up looking at this brand new townhouse for lease. And it's 2-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. And we got it. We told them what happened with the other place. We got turned down. So we're trying to start a new life here. And so they gave us the house. So ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the south of Atlanta area. And we're living in a brand new townhouse, guys. Even it's a lot like that, like my Jeep, the brand new car smell. We had the brand new house smell. I've never had that, lived in a home with a brand new house smell. Right now I smell a candle because my daughter's got a candle going in her bedroom. But anyway, but we have a brand new house, guys. And our bedroom, listen to me, our bedroom, the master bedroom, is bigger than the room that we lived in New York. How awesome is God? And not only did God provide a place here, He blessed us with all new furniture. It wasn't brand new, but they were basically new. These people were hoarders that we were connected to, and they never used the furniture. They just piled stuff on it. So once it got cleaned off, it was brand new furniture. And here's the amazing part about this story. We used to have recliners where we lived in Queens, but at that time they were broken down. We've had them for a long time. They were like a blue color material. Well, we got couches, 3 couches that match the furniture that we had before in Queens. Now you can't tell me that God knows He's got a sense of humor. So we got 3 couches with recliners built in, except the one. Two couches have a total of 4 recliners, and then we have a rocking couch that we gave to my daughter. But we got a house full of furniture, guys. Don't allow whatever you're going through right now in your life to determine what your future can be like. It's just temporary, guys. It's just a stepping stone to about what God's about to do in your life. And so we've been here in Atlanta. We love it here. It's a blessing. But here's the point that I'm going to make with this whole testimony. Many of you who are watching this stream or will be watching it later are my friends and family from Maryland, from New York, from all over. I forgive you for judging me, for living in a motel room. Or many of you didn't even know. But yet you say no to Karatbars. I don't get it. What part of Karatbars do you have a problem with? You have a problem with saving your money in gold? Or do you have a problem with making some money? That baffles me. See, everything that people hate about network marketing or MLM, all that stuff, everything that people hate about those things, our CEO, Harold Theis, took those things out of the picture with Karatbars. Do you hear what I'm saying? All the negative stuff you hate about network marketing, Harold Theis took it out. It's not even in Karatbars. It's free to join. You can get a package if you want to. It's optional. But if you want to make some money, it's a one-time cost forever. You know, there's optional things that you can participate in. There's auto exchange where you can automatically save money, pay yourself for automatically every month, every week, or bi-weekly, whatever you want to do. But you're still praying about it. Some of you have been praying about it for the last 4 years since I told you about it. What are you waiting for? Gold is God's money. Gold is real money. And it protects you from inflation and financial crisis. What's wrong with gold? Why are you hesitating to join Karatbars? And you can build a business with this from the comfort of your home. We're not selling anything. All we're doing is sharing with people how they can save in gold too. And you duplicate that. Can you talk to 2 people and have them duplicate what you do? Yes or no? And that's what got me, because people say, Rodney, throughout the years you really need to lose some weight. I care about you, and I would appreciate that. But I share Karatbars with you because I want to change your life. I don't need you. Please understand that this is not a begging session at all. Oh no, I don't need you, but I want you to be a part of this because you have no idea how I can change your life. It's changed my family's life forever. We had the best Christmas in 2019 ever. Because when you lived in a motel room, you couldn't do a whole lot. One year we borrowed a tiny Christmas tree from the laundromat because the guy had 4 of them, and he couldn't figure out why we needed to borrow a Christmas tree. But we needed something in our room to make it special for our girls. And this year, in 2019, in our home, for the first time ever in my life, we had a 7.5-foot Christmas tree. Artificial, but man, we got the best one out there that was in our budget. But it was real looking. People thought it was real. And we had trees outside for decoration. Some of you have seen our pictures. Am I bragging on that? I'm not bragging at all. Here's the point. God will restore everything that was lost in your life and even more. My God, listen to me, guys. God will restore everything that was lost, and He will make your gift known. Did I ever know that my gift was going to be helping thousands of people build their business and help them to know how to do the business? Our whole website, wealthbuildersworldwide.net, is a training site. And what an honor it is for me. I humble myself before you guys. What an honor it is to be able to serve our team. They don't pay me to do this. I do it because I want to. It's my passion to show my gift to the team, to be a blessing. And that's all because of Karatbars. So I don't know what, for those of you who are my friends that I've shared this with, you said no. It didn't hurt me, but it was like an insult that you said no to me. Because we were friends, we were close friends, and you didn't trust me. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, and I'm sorry. I don't want this to be negative. I want this to be positive. So listen, if you've been watching me, many of you have been watching me for 6 years. That's why I felt led to share my story today. Because Karatbars, Karatbars is a gift from God. I'm telling you, it's a gift from God. There's never been anything out there. My senior partner, Mr. Ty Beth, he's been in the network and marketing business for over 30 plus years. He will personally tell you, he has never, ever seen anything like Karatbars. He didn't have to do Karatbars. He was already retired, enjoying a nice, comfortable life. But he saw the vision of Harold Seitz and got right back in, and he started Wealth Builders Worldwide. Now, mind you, Wealth Builders Worldwide was a dream of his for many years, and it manifested when Karatbars came. So that's my story, guys. I hope it inspired you. I hope it touched you. And I pray for many of you that are still wondering about Karatbars. Get off the fence. I had a guy the other day tell me, I told him there's no risk in Karatbars because we're getting real physical gold that's an asset. He said, oh my God, that put a lot of red flags. Those aren't red flags that God put on you. That was your red flags. Karatbars is not a risk, guys. You're exchanging your money into gold. How many of you have exchanged a dollar bill for 4 quarters? Is that a risk? You're not investing in the 4 quarters. We're not investing in gold. Gold is an asset. We have physical gold. So what are you going to do about it? There are warning signs all over the place about what's about to happen with our economy, with the global economy. And banks are hoarding gold. Countries are hoarding gold. Now, shouldn't that give you a clue that maybe you should start doing the same thing? Start saving your money in gold. And if you want to share with others how to do the same, Karatbars will pay you. Our CEO's desire is to make us wealthy, and not only by saving in gold, but also paying us to share with others how to do the same. That's all there is to it. We're not selling anything. We're just sharing information. Do the right thing for you and your family and leave a legacy. Because Karatbars will continue long after you're gone. It'll build a legacy in your family. You can set up beneficiaries in your account. So God forbid something were to happen to you, your family can continue on where you left off. If you're a doctor or an athlete or a professional, or whatever that you do, or if you're self-employed in most companies or jobs, when your life ends, so does the income for what you did, unless you had a nice pension or something. But pensions are gone now, pretty much. Karatbars allows you to leave a legacy of not only making money, but also saving in gold that will last for generations to come. So that's my story, guys. I hope it was a blessing to you. Get back to the person who shared this video. Get back to them and let them know that you're ready to find out more about Karatbars. I'm a living proof that it works. And I'm thankful every day for my sponsor, Mr. Michael Delco, who didn't give up on me in those 6 months when I was being stubborn. That's what it was. I was stupid. I was being stubborn. I was allowing my emotions and my past experience from other companies to hinder me. What's hindering you from joining Karatbars? You need to get rid of all that past junk and start anew. Because I'm telling you, Karatbars will change your life, because God's going to open doors for you that you never dreamed of. So this is Rodney Berger, the CIO, consistently inspiring others. I hope you were inspired by this story. I love you guys. Peace. I'm out.